Okay. Welcome, Chef Nation. Another another fun and exciting week of fucking Star Trek Picard. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This week, this episode took me fucking 2 hours to get through because this episode was shit. This episode was really hard to get through. It's episode 8. We've got 2 more episodes to go. Jesus Christ. Pretty much, I'm not gonna lie. If you read the description in this video, it pretty much says what it is. Q is dying, and I'm not lying. So okay, let's just do a recap because last week there was a little delay because we had to go get Little Chef because this is his second fucking live stream. So yeah, it's his second. Yeah, your second official review, and he fell asleep through the whole thing. He didn't watch it. Yeah, you didn't watch the episode. God, do I even really feel like reviewing the last episode? Not really. Pretty much all you really need to know is that Picard got taken by the FBI with Guinan, by this FBI guy. So this episode is pretty much the X Files meets Star Trek in the most stupidest way ever. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. I'm seriously not gonna lie. This was bullshit. Hi, little chef. Hi, buddy. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna review this. You fell asleep during the whole episode. Yeah, you were asleep during the whole episode. Yeah, you don't even know what happened. So you start off with this episode. It's pretty dark. You see this kid. He's looking for his dog out in the forest, and he's running, but you don't know why he's running. You'll find out. We'll get to that later. Very much later, like the last 8 minutes of the episode, I think. So this kid's running. He trips, falls, drops his flashlight. It goes out. It's an old fashioned. It's like an old like 70s fucking flashlight or some shit. Um, Shakes it. Sees some fucking. He sees some Vulcans. He sees some Vulcans. Two Vulcans, a male and a female. Hi. Yes. So then it cuts to where you have Picard sitting there with Guinan in this dungeon. I'm just gonna call it the Mulder room, like where Mulder was in the basement because this is what the FBI guy says. He's like, when you're a skeptic like me and you get, nobody respects the fucking work that you get banned to the basement. You get to handle stupid shit. Like stupid fucking cases, like alien cases. So this is old Mulder. We're gonna call him old Mulder because I did not care to understand his fucking name. So old Mulder wants to know. He has a few questions. So he's like, "Okay, does your alien is your alien species human?" And Picard is like, yeah, like flesh and blood. Yes, we're alien." And Guinan's laughing. And she's like, "Well, what are you writing down?" And he's like, "That, your alien species shows, like, humor in the question." And he's just like, look, he, I kind of go with this guy because, yeah, he had an, okay, I'm just going to spoil the shit out of it. In the end, you find out he had an alien encounter. He went looking for his dog in the forest because his dog got away. He's looking in the forest. He came across two Vulcans. Hey, two Vulcans. One male, one female. They were doing looks like some scientific work. Kind of like First Contact, dude. It, so, member berries. And so the kid got spooked. The fucking Vulcans find him. The Vulcan tried to do a mind meld on him to try to get him to forget, to erase his memory. Well, it didn't fucking work because here he is, just like fucking Fox Mulder, except his sister didn't get abducted. It was his dog. Yeah, it was his dog. They took his dog. They did research on his dog. Ow, your bite's getting hard. Rawr. All right. All right, blah blah blah. Intro. So he's just like, yeah, blah. Okay, so spoiler warning: this episode was written by two women and directed by a man. So you got, God, Jesus Christ. Let me see if I remember this. Okay, so seven, they're at the bar, still trying to figure out. Oh God, still trying to figure out what the fuck happened with Girardi. And so Rafi's like, why don't you, you know, try to put yourself in her shoes? Like you're Borg, blah 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 blah. Your implants, all this shit. So Seven's like, oh, so you only want when it's good. Pretty much, they're picking up where they left off in this fight. So Seven's gonna get her stabs in, and she's like, you only want something when it's convenient for you. Typical in a fucking relationship when it's one sided. And so it's like you make people bend the knee for you if it when it's good for you, not when it's good for them, when it benefits them. So Seven walks up to this guy and pretty much asks like, "Hey," like she made up a story. She's like, "Hey, this is my sister. We're trying to find her, put her in a facility, and all this shit." And the guy's like, "Hey, well, she picked up Girardi, picked up some dude at the bar and took off with him." And he was like, they went like fucking to the left, to the right, wherever. She's like, "Cool, thanks." So they take the fuck off. Meanwhile, back with old Agent Mulder, he he's like, you know what I find is cool? He's like, I got friends, aka the Load Gunman. He's got friends that are called the Load Gunman. I'm just gonna say this is the X Files plus Star Trek shit. Little Chef, calm down. And so he brings up the tablet that has has John Luke's picture, the whole crew from the La Serena at the gala, and he's like, "Why would alien species want to, penetrate the gala and disrupt the Europa mission?" And Picard's like, "You got it all wrong." He's like, "You got it all wrong." And he's like, "Well, dazzle me, bitch." And he's like, "Well, I can't really say anything about it." And he's like, "All right, here's what we're gonna do." So, whole boy leaves. He's like, "I'm gonna give you time to think about, what the fuck you're gonna say." Stop, buddy. Try and do a review. All right. So he left the room. Meanwhile, back over with Soon. Remember him because he wasn't in last week's episode at all. She's trying to figure out what Dad was doing. Blah 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 blah. She's like, why can't I remember this? So she gets like these really cool like Oculus glasses, and she tells him to activate. So she's walking through his lab, and Q was really cool because he's a hack. Hacked into her Oculus system and was like, "Look, your dad is fucking crazy, but I have the key to give you your freedom," which was the little blue thing, the little test vial that he gave Soon, so he could test it out, say he wasn't bullshit, but he has the full cure. And he's like, "Look, are you willing to unlock the key and fucking blah 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 blah?" Blah. So package arrives. She takes it off. Obviously, the bitch is gonna take it. So she's got that Ready Player One kind of look going on right here. Obviously, she's gonna take the cure. Um, so she's like, "All right, fuck it." So she takes it. The girls find they find Girardi's they find Girardi's homeboy. His neck is slit. His neck's broke. He's dead. Motherfucker dead. Dude's dead. And she's like, and Rafi's like, okay, we gotta try to figure this out. You gotta Borg it up. And she's like, Borg it up, and she's like, well, you think like her, getting like her psyche, what would she do? And so Seven kind of gets in the mind of her old self of like what she would do. She's like, she doesn't care. She misses that connection. She wants her own collective. How to go about it. She's like, okay, so they're looking for any clue. So if Seven finds a phone and she's like, is there any technology in here that we can look at? Lithium ion. Lithium ion is something that is in her Borg implants, something that she remembered when she was assimilated at the age of 6, that she could remember the smell and the taste. Ew, poor girl. So she's like, dude, we gotta find this bitch before she goes full Borg mode and starts assimilating 400 years ahead of her time. So they hear these weird noises. They hear these weird noises right up the fucking road. And it, it's Girardi, dude. Come here. It's Girardi. She's eating batteries. She's eating car parts for, you know, fuck, I don't know. No, Lindsay, we got 2 more episodes. We have two episodes left. So they find Girardi eating batteries, or should I say the Borg Queen. And so uh Seven's like, hey, hey girl, hey, and Girardi just pushes her away and she chokes out Rafi. Why not? And during this whole push pull, Girardi gets a glimpse of power and she lets go. And she forces herself to walk away, which is cool. She has like her little lady in red moment where she's walking away in some combat boots and shit. And like leaves these bitches just like yeah. Just leaves these bitches choking the fuck out, gasping for air. It's fine. It's fine. Meanwhile, back at the back in the basement, back at the X Files, FBI headquarters. He throws out a picture of Rios and he goes, "Hey, you know this guy?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I got a really cool story about this guy. Remember when Rios was in the cages and didn't think he was gonna have his statement like taken seriously? Well, that statement was taken seriously and given to the fucking feds. So he had Picard legit read his fucking statement in which Rios called him a crusty old admiral. Pretty valid. Pretty fucking valid. And the whole boy's like, "Yeah, I think you're full of shit." And he's like, "All right, so here we go." He's gonna separate the two. So he ends up saying, "Hey, I'm gonna separate you. You stay here. Guidance going into another room." And he's like, "Why?" He's like, "I want to crack at you, motherfucker." And so he's like, "All right." So he takes off his jacket. Now, last episode, Rios took the Latina and her Nino on the ship, and he's still fucking around with buttons. He's still his her son's still hitting buttons. It's so he looks at the kid to get him to stop hitting buttons. He's like, "Are you hungry?" So he fires up the replicator. She's all anything you can think of, and he's like, "I want 4 cakes." And she's like, "No, no, no." And so the cakes show up. So you got a red velvet. It looked like a carrot cake, chocolate cake, and a vanilla cake. I could be wrong on the third cake. Carrot cake. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I would really pay the fucking attention to detail. It was the fact that this kid took like 2 fucking bites and got sick. He's like, "Mommy." And so she's like, "Hey, Rios, while my kid is eating, she's like, tell me a story. Since you're gonna go back up to space, and do all this crazy shit." So they decided they're gonna talk Spanish to each other. Like the kid can't understand Spanish. So she's like, "Hey, pretend we're married." He was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, woman." Calls her a woman. Whoa, woman. What the fuck? And she's like, like we're married and we haven't been to, we're here, but we're not here. We talk, but we don't talk. Stupid dialogue. And she's like, we took a road trip and we ended up at some shitty motel and our son is asleep and we end up in a barn. I'm thinking about fucking some other dude. Tell me a story. Pretty much. And before he could even get the story out, little Nino's like, he got to be a cock block. And go, "I'm sick." And she turns back and gives him a kiss before she takes care of her son, because that's what that's what single mothers do, I guess nowadays in 2024. All right. Meanwhile, back with Agent Mulder, old Mulder, and fucking Picard. Where the fuck were they even talking about at this point in time? I don't even remember what the fuck they were talking about. Truth is out there, so I don't fuck. Oh, he wants to know. Fuck, I don't remember. I really don't remember this conversation. I don't remember what the fuck they were talking about in this conversation. But I can tell you what happens in the next scene, because this is what really, really, really pissed me off. So Guinan's in the other room. Q shows up and she was like, "Hey, I summoned you," and he's like, "You summoned me," blah 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 blah. He's like, "That's a ritual," blah blah blah. And she's like, "Why did it take you so long?" And she started getting a weird, funky vibe. And she's like, "Holy shit, you're dying." Q's dying and he's slowly losing his power. So he can't snap himself wherever the fuck he needs to be. He can't mind fuck anybody the way he used to. He has to think like a oh god. He has to think like a human to manipulate the game. And for some reason Q has come to peace with him dying. Yeah. Um yeah. This is where I got super pissed off. I think I woke up Little Chef at this point in time because I was like, she's like, "You're fucking dying." He's like, "Yeah, I'm dying." I'm like, I thought Q's were supposed to be immortal, and that was her question. She was like, "I thought Q's." He's like, "That's what I thought." I was like, "That's what I fucking thought." Apparently not. Apparently we're killing John Delancey. Q's dying. We're killing off one of the most iconic characters of Trek history. People. Mm, yeah, yeah. Yeah, let that sink in there, folks. I'm pretty fucking pissed on where that's going. So he's having a pity party. Q is legit feeling bad for himself. That is the look of my face. That's the face of every fucking Star Trek fan right now. When we found out he's dying. So he started to have a pity party for himself. He's like, "I'm dying, but I'm at peace with it. I've done everything I've done. I've done everything in the galaxy. I've gone this, I've done that." And so Homegirl's like, "Well, what the fuck is why are we stuck here?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, I set up a trap. Picard picked this specific fucking timeline, and I don't know. It's about the journey of getting not inwards, it's about getting out. It's how they get the fuck out of this sticky situation. This is stupid. This is ridiculous. So Q's like, "Hey, bitch, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go take a leak." And so, he tries, he even tries to like snap at her face. He's like snapping at her face. He's like, "Look, this is me trying to like obliterate you, and I can't even do it." It's like it's like his Viagra. Like he took Viagra and it ain't working no more. He ain't got that big dick energy no more, right, little chef? That makes us sad. Yeah, that makes us very sad. So yeah, he looks at her and was like, "Yeah, so I can't wait for our paths to cross when they cross, and I gotta go." So he ends up just leaving. That's all we see of John Delancey for the rest of this episode. That's it. He's been in, I believe, if I've clocked it right, out of this whole season, he's only been in maybe 10, 15 minutes. And this is supposed to be the main hub of this season is him and Picard, and you only get 10 minutes so far of John. Dude, fuck yourselves. Pathetic. Meanwhile, back over here at home, Sochi's tried to oh shit, I said her name Sochi. Whatever the fuck her name is. Whatever her goddamn name is. Look, he passed out again. He don't care. Little chef don't care. Okay, so soon after he yelled at his daughter found out, "You're a fucking bad man." I guess he gave him like the next I guess this is like the next day. Fuck, I don't know. The day after, he's like all dressed up like, "Hey, how are you? Daddy's sorry." You gotta understand, I was in a bad spot. And then daughter girl goes, "Hey, dickwad, how many were there before me?" And like she just starts rambling off the names. I can't tell you the fucking names because I wasn't paying attention. I was taking pictures of this little guy sleeping on my game controller. Anyways, and so he breaks it down. He's like, first there was a dozen. The first dozen only lasted a few hours. And then the next dozen lasted a few weeks. Her predecessor, the bitch before her, lasted until age 4. He thought this chick was only supposed to survive until age 6 until she thrived. And so I took everything in my power, my life's work, to make sure that you lived a full life. And she said, "Fuck you, dad." And that's where I kinda tuned out, 'cause, I ain't gonna lie. I did a lot of tuning out. Like I said, it took me 2 hours to get this shit done. So she's like, "Fuck you, I'm out." And he's like, "Yo, you can't go out in the sun like that." And she said, "Ah, ha, ha, ah, ha, ha, ha. Yes, I can." And he's like, "How?" So she holds up the little blue vial. This is freedom, and she's like, "Hey, your friend Q gave me this shit, and fuck this shit, I'm out." You would think she would have like packed a bag because she knew she was leaving. You would think you at least thought she would have like changed her clothes, took a shower, because you have no idea what kind of funk she's dealing with. Mm, whatever. So she leaves. He's pissed off. Who gives a fuck? Um, God damn it. Oh yeah. So back to the power couple because lesbians are just oh so great. What the fuck happened? What? Hold on. I try to remember. What the fuck happened here? Oh, yeah, they got their breath back. Oh, yeah, this is the part where we gotta have a little bit prepared. So we gotta have a come to Jesus meeting with Rafi. So 7, it's pretty much like, dude, this bitch is gonna go crazy. We gotta get Gerardi. And she's just like, okay, so how do we figure? So she pretty much tells Rafi pretty much has like a come to Jesus meeting, and she's just like, look, Seven's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're manipulative, you're this, you're that. Like, why can't you just love me for me? Why can't you love me for my defects and shit? Why do you want me to be so perfect? And da 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 everything in a goddamn relationship. Do better. So Rafi decides to tell a story on why she does shit the way that she does. So remember Eldor? Rest in peace, Eldor. You want to know the real reason why he's fucking dead? It's fucking Rafi's fault. He had to go back on Vulcan. Like they're having a little meeting on La Serena because but he's supposed to go to Starfleet Academy, and he's like, "Look, there's an emergency back at home. I'm being summoned. I gotta fucking go." And so that means I probably have to push back, go to Starfleet Academy a year. Blah blah blah. Rafi sitting in the chair looking like, "Oh, poor my vagina, my poor pussy hurts." Yeah, she gives him that little look. That do better. You don't have to go. And she's like, "Oh, you don't have to go." She's like, "Oh, straight up mind fucks him, pity parties him into staying." So he stays. Guess what? He stayed, went to the academy, motherfucker's dead. Rafi done killed him. Rafi killed him. I'm just gonna say it, Rafi killed him. If he just went to, Vulcan like he was supposed to, um, he'd still be alive. Black Lives Matter, apparently, in this episode. Jesus. So after she says that, Seven's like, "Okay, do better. I don't give a fuck." So now we're at Suit's house, and Suit's feeling bad for himself because he realized he's lonely. He's got a bottle, and he's like, "I'm done. I'm finished. My life's work. I'm gonna be unsuccessful. I'm a piece of shit. Why did I ever sign up for this fucking miserable role? Can't really be hurting for money." He looks up. Guess who it is? It's Girardi. She said, "Hey boy, hey, I need you in your brain for some shit." Back here with Agent Mulder and Captain Dumbfuck right here. Oh fuck me. What the fuck were they even? Where were we even at with these two? Oh, Agent Mulder's asking questions and shit, and while that's happening, the lights are all flickering and shit, and Guinan's doing some weird voodoo shit. It's weird because she's all bleeding from the nose, and she's like, "Picard, Picard." I'm like, "The fuck is going on with this bitch?" And she's like, something about the people are stuck. He wins. Oh shit! I just like flicked him in the fucking head. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Eh, Hey, something about humanity stuck in. We're just stuck in 2024. And yeah. So Picard asked him. He's like, "Look, dude." He's like, "We're stuck in something about being stuck in the past." There we go. Boom. Ding 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 ding. I knew if I remembered something stupid, this stupid show would strike my memory. Something about this would strike my memory. So he's like, "You're stuck on something in the past." Okay. Remember the opening scene when I was talking about the boy that was running in the forest looking for his fucking dog? Well, Agent Mulder was the boy. So homeboy tells him the tale. "I was running, looking for my fucking dog, and I saw these two really cool Vulcans doing some really cool shit. So me being a dumb fuck, made a noise, ran out, dropped my flashlight, and he's like, the Vulcan like grabbed my head, like doing like how them priests put them hands of God on them, like heal that shit." And Picard gets up like an old man that he is, and he goes, "Was it something like this?" And he puts his hands up like he's gonna do a fucking mind meld, and he goes, and he puts it on his face, and he goes, "Yeah, that was it. That was it." He's like, "It wasn't." He he was trying to get in your head. He was doing what we call a mind meld, which means he was trying to erase that bit of your memory so you wouldn't be fucked up like you are in a basement being a skeptic on one of the shittiest shows of all time. And the dude's like, "Fuck me, okay." Oh, God, swear to God, dude. Talking, more fucking talking. Meanwhile, back over here, Papa, whatever the fuck, Papa Rios, and little Chino over here. Chino's pressing buttons, and he goes, "Hey, where's your mom?" He's like, "Go get your mom. I'll be right behind you." He said it in Spanish. We gotta talk we gotta speak Spanish. Like, I don't understand why you gotta go say, "Hey, let's go find your mom," and then you gotta say in Spanish, "I'll be right behind you." Good for you, good for you, fucking Spanish. It's my mom calling, but she's gotta wait. Jesus Christ. Plus, we're almost done. I know, yeah, I know. I know, I'm waking you up, I'm fucking you up. Whatever, this whole show's fucked. So he figures out that Girardi done fucked up the transmission, and this is fucking stupid shit. talking, and more fucking talking. And so Guidance like, what are we gonna do? See, Picard's like, well, looks like we fucked up. If the Europa mission doesn't happen, we are fucked. And that means everything that I've done and everything that I've said and everything that pretty much everybody that I've taken, Rio 7, every little thing that they've done to alter their fucking timelines, yeah, they done fucked up. He's like, it's our fault. It's my fault. No shit. It's your fault. So Agent Mulder, he got fired. And he was like, "Hey, if I were you guys, I would get out of here." And so what does he do? He like leaves and he like leaves the door open and he's like, "You guys should go." And they're like, "Okay." And Guinan and him are getting ready to say bye one last time again. She's like, "I can't wait to see you in the future." And he says something in her language. I don't remember. Kind of like, "Bitch, be gone." That's what I'm interpreting. Meanwhile, back over at Soon's lounge, motherfucker's feeling bad for himself, but she's just like, "Your satellite is shit. I need more power." And he's like, "Well, I'm a failure," and blah blah blah. And she's like, "Not in my time." She's like, "In my time, you're known as the Godfather of life," which is true, just not that soon. A different soon, a later soon. If you get my drift, a later soon, like let's see, 2024, like 4, maybe 5 times soon. Over fuck me, I'm not even gonna do the fucking math. It's not even worth it. So she's like, "Look, I can give you what you want if you give me what I want." He's like, "What do you want?" She's like, "Well, if you want to be the Godfather, I need more power, and you need me, and I need you, and we need an obstacle to go away." And he's like, "Picard," and she's like, "Exactly." Bing, bing, ding, 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 ding. He's like, "Look, I got access to mission control. You want to go?" And she's like, "Fuck it, let's go." Back at Tid Forward. Oh, fuck it. I totally forgot. Agent Mulder had Picard's comm badge. Like, remember I told you they can't, for some reason, they can't keep their comm badges. For some reason, it's like every episode, somebody's gotta lose their fucking comm badge. I think everybody but Seven. And Rafi. Well, no. Picard lost his. Rios lost his. Okay, so just so it's okay. So it's just the men who can't keep their comm badges on. The women, the, yeah, yeah, the women so far have kept their comm badges. Oh Christ! So Rafi walks in all bull dagged out like Picard. The fuck, man, paging you all motherfucking day. And he's like, "Hey, look, we fucked up." And Seven's like, "Hey, player, we got bigger problems." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "We got Borg problems." And he's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Okay, so we gotta figure out how to get." Now they gotta figure out how to get in mission control. Spoiler warning. I don't even know. I'm just putting two and two together because that's what I would do in the next. That's what I would. So Guinan's like, "Cool. Looks like you guys got a mission." And homegirl who looks like she just smoked like I don't even know. She looks about 2 blunts and a bong rip in and a rough night. Girl looks like she had a rough night. So Soon's on the phone. He gets off the phone. He's like, "Thank you." He's got all these motherfuckers in black. This fool's looking like the like the evil man in black. He's like, "All right, what do you want?" He's like, "What do you want to do?" Girardi's fingertips glow green because apparently the bitch has the nanotech and the nanoprobes that she needs. to start assimilating. And she walks up to this dude who's like, "The fuck are we doing here?" Because they got like ex-military forces and shit. And so she smiles at him, puts her hand up on him, and she's like, "Would you like to join?" And then the motherfucker is assimilated. She has figured out a way. The Borg Queen has officially figured out a way to assimilate without injecting the the subject. There we go. Um, yeah, and that's the episode. So, like I said, this episode was Star Trek or X Files meet Star Trek when you have a dumb fuck like in an FBI agent like Mulder who's a skeptic who goes down who gets banished down to the basement because he believes in aliens and the aliens are real. And then you get the dick punch, which is Q's dying, and he's at peace with it. He's okay with it. I'm not okay with it. But like I said, we got 2 episodes left, so I'm figuring the body count is gonna start dropping because we gotta start dropping bodies, and I don't know how they're gonna put the TNG cast with this cast because it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It ain't gonna work. So, I'm assuming, let's see, Eleanor's dead, that's 1. Agnes is dead. I'm just calling it. Agnes is dead. She's the Borg Queen. She's dead. That's 2. Hopefully they like snap Rios's neck in front of that Mexican girl. That'd be great. If the Borg Queen assimilates her, it kills her son. That would be great. And then 7 gets reassimilated. Fine by that. Kill Ra. Is she 7 kills Rafi? Then the Borg Queen just kills herself. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that ending. I'm at peace with that. Yeah, I'm at peace with it. It's just Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, that was the episode today. That was today's episode. It was shit. It took me 2 hours to get through this episode. I think roughly right when John Delancey's character said, "I'm dying," I like legit paused it and I had to take a walk because I got pissed. It was one of those. I was gonna break some shit. I was gonna break some shit because I was like, really, really, you're gonna kill the one person that I really, really, really like. Like, so they got 2 episodes to get this shit right and snap them back to the 25th century. Because they're no longer in the 24th, they're in the 25th, according to Jean Luc. They're the 25th century. So, I don't fucking know how they're gonna do this. I don't give a fuck. This episode, honestly, this episode reminded me of a really shitty ass episode of the X Files that I actually really enjoyed. What episode was it? Season. It was what, season 4 of the X Files? No, season 3 was like a shitty year for the X Files. Oh, I digress. It was just one of those, actually, no. It was one of those episodes where you see Mulder just pretty much sitting in the basement throwing pencils up at the fucking ceiling. That was more enjoyable than this episode. I don't, I'm not even gonna read into it what the fuck they're trying to do. They got 2 episodes to get it right, and holy shit, this was rough. This was rough. I'm slow. My soul is slowly dying. Like little man here only made it 10 minutes in, and he passed out. Like he's even trying, but he can't make it through. That's sad. That's sad, and that's sad. He's passed. Passed out during a live stream. Whatever. Uh, so yeah. So yeah. Dude, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's today's review. Out of like 5 stars, I'm only giving it a 1. It was a 1. Only reason why I give it a 1 is because the CGI. The CGI keeps my attention. And so does the music. The score keeps the music. These two bitches that wrote this episode, go fuck yourself. This guy that directed it, whatever. Horrible. Q's dying. Like I said, Q's dying. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. He's dying. So we know probably what? We're on episode 8. So probably by what, episode 9, he might die. Or they might save it for episode 10, the season finale, where you have that moment with Q and Picard having that one last, and he goes, the trial has ended. And then he dies. No. 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 Everybody needs to die but Q. Fuck that. And how can you kill him when he's immortal? I don't even. How many episodes? Even the first. What was it? The attack of. Was it the attack of Farpoint? The first episode with Q. Attack of. It was. Fuck me. I gotta Google this. I don't want to get this wrong. I think it was the attack on Farpoint. Yeah, it was the attack on Farpoint because he even said it. He's like, my species. Yeah, yeah, I was right because he even said it. He's immortal. So how can we kill somebody who's immortal? Well, it looks like we're gonna fucking find that out. We made that fucker human. He's human. How they made him human, we don't even know how we made him human. I don't even know how they made Q human through this season. I'm confused. I'm fucking confused, and I don't care. But yeah, yeah. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that was this week's episode. Next week's episode's only gonna get worse, and then we got 2 more weeks. Oh, thank God. 2 more weeks. Then we have a brief. We don't even have a break. I just thought about that. We don't. I don't even have a break in between Picard and Strange New Worlds because the week that Picard ends, the next week I believe Strange New Worlds begins. Oh boy, I'm gonna start drinking. I'm gonna start drinking. I'm gonna start drinking. You know what? That last episode of this season, I'm gonna be drunk. I'm gonna do a drunk review. We're gonna toast Picard off. Oh Jesus. Yeah. That was great. That was great. That was great. You know what? I'm gonna call my mom. I'm gonna call my mom and talk to her about this episode. And oh yeah, probably watch that documentary on John Wayne Gacy because they got that shit. At least that's more entertaining than this shit. Little chef, you got anything you want to say? He don't care. He's out. He's out like a mofo. He's dreaming. He is out like a mofo. Big fat belly. He got a big belly. He's out. You wanna say bye? No, he's out. Okay. All right. Until next Thursday. Y'all have a great evening. Oh, and before I mm, mm, shoot, I don't know if I can pull this up without it. Hold up. We're gonna stop doing this. I'm going to do this. Bear with real quick, momentarily. Hold on. wagging his tail while he's sleeping. That's so cute. All right. Hi, little man. Mm, mm, mm. Shoot, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna bust out a Moon Knight review too. Shit. I done promised. I done promised a subscriber that I would totally do a Moon Knight review. So, um, if you guys would not mind, go raid this fella by the name of Shredder right now and tell him I sent you. And yeah, you guys have a great night.